These are lies about animals that you believe.
You may know that dogs are playful animals. And when a dog wags its tail, it's really happy. Well, that's a lie.
What? Sorry for yelling. No, that cannot be a lie, because if that's a lie, I will not believe anything anymore. Bro, my dog looks at me wagging his tail like crazy, and I always thought that meant like he's happy to see me. What does it actually mean then? Is he scared? I don't want to be scaring my dog.
A dog can wag its tail for many reasons. It can wag it when it's anxious, afraid, or even when it's angry. Yup, don't fall for the trap. Even a tail-wagging dog can bite you.
So he is talking about big wags only. That's actually messed up from dogs, I can't even lie.
We know that sugar is toxic to dogs, but what we don't know is that it's a lie. Too much sugar can be unhealthy for dogs, but it's not toxic.
For humans too.
But these foods can be lethal for dogs.
Okay, I do not encourage anybody to feed their dog chocolates, but growing up, my dog ate a lot of chocolate. We didn't feed him chocolate, it just like broke into our chocolate drawer and would eat chocolate all the time. It would even poop out the wrappers, it was insane. And like maybe it would get sick, but it never died. From that at least, it did. Well, she's dead now. Rest in peace, Jojo. But she died of old age. So low-key, like I feel like they can eat this stuff, just not a lot of it. Humans are the same way. Like if we can't eat too much of this stuff in excess.
So don't feed these things to your dogs. People believe that dogs see black and white. That's a lie. They can see yellow and blue. But not being able to see green and red is kind of like black and white though. The biggest lie about dogs is that they sweat through their tongues. Dogs do keep their tongues out, but it's to cool down their body. They actually sweat from their paws and nose.
No, that is a lie. I've been around dogs way too much. I've never felt a dog's paw be wet. Unless, of course, it was outside playing in the mud, but like, no way they sweat out of their paws. I felt their nose be wet before, sure. But it's because they don't sweat out of their skin, so they have to like breathe really heavy. That's how they cool themselves down. That's why they breathe like that.
Those nose can smell their owners from a distance of over 10 miles. Talking about smell, word around the town is that sharks can smell a drop of blood from miles away. Well, that's a lie. They can smell blood,
cap. I knew
but
that.
just within around 200 meters. And even that's a super slow process. If a fish bleeds 100 meters away, the smell may take several minutes to reach the shark's nose. People also believe that if you get cut underwater, sharks will follow your blood scent and attack you. That's a lie too. Sharks can identify if it's fish blood or others. Since they don't eat humans, they will just ignore that blood trail and move away. If you have heard that sharks don't get cancer.
This I didn't know until relatively recently because Mark Rober made a YouTube video testing this and put like I think a bunch of human blood in one spot near sharks, and like they didn't care about it at all. So like sharks don't even really like to eat humans. I think the only time sharks like attack humans is when they think that humans are something else.
If you have heard that sharks don't get cancer, you've heard a lie. There's some rumor that shark cartilage is used to treat cancer. So people believe they must be cancer-proof. There's no record of shark cartilage curing human cancer, and sharks do get cancer.
Oh,
but these naked guys don't get cancer. Naked mole rats are almost cancer-proof in their wild habitats. But some in captivity do get cancer though.
I'm pretty sure those things just are cancer. Like, what is the difference between this thing here and that thing there? Like, you can say this thing can't ever get cancer, but that's because it's 100% cancer already. That thing is hideous. It looks just like Adam.
That may be due to a weakened immune system because of captivity. There's also a belief that naked mole rats don't feel any pain.
Oh, God.
Well, that's a lie. You can casually say they don't feel any pain in a fun way or as a joke. But the truth is, their nervous system neglects burning pain from acids and chili peppers. Since they don't eat chili peppers, that's a useless immunity, I guess. But they do feel pain from cuts, wounds, or any other physical pain. Just think, if an animal species doesn't feel any pain, it's sure to go extinct in no time. This guy is a lion.
That's a fact.
They have a majestic-looking mane, so it seems fair to call them kings of the jungle. But the thing is, they don't actually live in the jungle. They live in grasslands of savanna, with very few trees, or in the deserts. You may know that lions are expert hunters, and can
That part's cap. It's not easy. They do take down buffalo, but they usually will target like babies or elder buffalo who struggle to move as well as they once did. But if it was easy, then they would go after the biggest one every time, which is not what they do. And buffalo can actually be quite dangerous to lions. So that's cap, bro.
A single lion can't take down a mature buffalo.
Sorry to not keep pausing it, but I'm gonna let him explain everything before I say things because I'm getting too ahead of myself here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for over speaking.
Also, most of the time, it's the group of lionesses that do the hunting.
Yes.
Lions usually chill at home
True.
and wait for the food.
True.
And they say a group of lions is called pride. What a shame.
Well, the male lion will hunt, but very rarely, and it's only when the pride is struggling to get food, and they're like in desperate need of more help, essentially, or maybe they're going after a bigger prey like a giraffe or something. You know, then the male is more inclined to help out.
I would rather choose tigers as the kings of the jungle.
That
And
makes way more
talking about
sense.
tigers, if you remember this intro from MGM, yeah, that roar is a lie. This is actually the sound of a tiger.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good fun fact lie that I did not know. That's insane, actually. I hate that they did that. Surely they could have found a lion that made a similar noise. Why do they have to use a tiger?
Talking about sound, if you remember this sound from movies,
Eagle.
well, that sound is a lie. Bald eagle is the national bird of America. Those
Hoorah.
fierce eyes, majestic wings, and perfect dives. But when it opened its mouth, yeah, this.
Oh, no, that can't be really what it sounds like. It sounds like a seagull, bro. That is so lame. I mean, there's no way we're making that noise. Are you serious, eagle? What is the bird that makes the other noise?
That's not the sound of freedom and dominance. We Americans, being Americans, couldn't accept that pathetic squeak. So, Hollywood silently changed it to this sound.
That's way cooler.
This is actually the sound of a red-tailed hawk. If you have heard eagles carry small children, that's a lie. Eagles can't carry more than a few pounds. Bald eagles are not bald. They just have white hair. And if you have heard that eagles push their kids from the cliffs to force them to fly, that's a lie too.
Okay, I'll admit my bird knowledge is way down here. My knowledge on mammals is much higher. Birds down here. Cause I believed every single thing that this guy just said, and now he's saying that they're all lies. I thought that all of these were true.
In fact, parents encourage kids to fly, and the mother stays close to catch the kid if it starts to fall.
No way!
This
I
guy
thought
is a
all birds-
snake, and people believe these legless animals are smooth and slippery. Well, that's a lie. Snake's skin has a very dry texture, and usually is rough to the touch.
Okay, I knew that.
People believe that small snakes are more dangerous than adult ones, since they can't control the amount of venom,
I have heard that before, actually. I have heard that.
deliver a high dose.
Yeah.
That's also a lie. Small ones have a very low amount of venom, and they can actually control the venom flow. So, adults are more dangerous. Many people believe that the rattlesnake's tail is like a maraca. Well, it has nothing inside, and it looks like this. These loosely stacked parts make that sound. If you think a snake is aggressive and will chase you and bite you,
That's cat.
that's not true.
Yeah.
Snakes are shy by nature and try to flee away from humans.
That's the only one that I knew so far. Man, this video is now starting to expose me in my knowledge. I don't appreciate that. But I'll be vulnerable. I'll admit when I don't know certain things, and a lot of these things I didn't know. But that's the whole point of this video, is for all of us to learn and grow together.
Why would a few pound snake want to fight a 150-pound human? The biting is the last resort if it sees no other option. If it chases you, it's likely confused. It's just running away from you, without realizing that you're actually running in the front. Snakes don't have hypnotizing eyes. Cartoons created that myth. Snakes don't drink milk. In fact, they can't even digest it. This is a bat, and they rest hanging upside down. But if you believe that all bats hang upside down, that's a lie. There are 6 known bat species that actually rest in upright position. Yup, they have suction-type cups and rest inside funnel-type leaves. You can see the real footage here. Many people believe that bats are blind, since they have super echolocations and usually fly at night. People believe that they must be blind. Some bats do have poor vision, but most of them have excellent eyesight. and
Okay, my bat knowledge is worse than my bird knowledge. This is insane. My head is about to explode. He's just ripping these off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like before I can even process what he's saying. This is suction cup feet. Bats actually have great vision? What are we learning in school? What is school teaching us, bro? I swear in school, the place where you're supposed to be learning things, they teach you that bats see with echolocation and that they're blind for the most part. But apparently they have great vision? What are we talking about?
many can even see UV light.
What?
So the idiom, as blind as bat, is a lie. I've already told you much about camels. Most of the people believe that camels are found only in desert or hot places.
I believe that.
And that's a lie.
What?
Bactrian camels are found in snowy areas.
What?
Many people believe that camels store water in their humps.
I used to. Recently I learned that it's actually fat.
I was even told that if people get thirsty, they will cut the hump of the camel and drink that water.
Ew. It's
Well,
gross.
that's a lie. Camels actually store fat in their humps. That fat can be used as energy later. But they do store water in their bloodstream within blood plasma and RBC. That's the reason they don't get dehydrated easily. If you have heard that cows have 4 stomachs, well, that's a lie.
What? Is it 3 then, or like 6? I've heard so many times that they have multiple stomachs. There's no. If he says they have 1 stomach, dude, I'm taking my pants off. If that's the case, do not say it's only 1.
Animals like cows or goats have 4 compartments inside one stomach. Some people argue that, if there are 4 compartments, how is it wrong to say cows have 4 stomachs? Well, our heart has 4 compartments too. That doesn't mean we have 4 hearts. Talking about cows, we all have seen bullfights where bulls charge at red cloth. So people believe bulls hate red color. Well, I already told you in fact video that cows are red and green colorblind, so they don't see the red color. Bulls attack the cloth because it waves.
Yeah.
They see moving cloth as a threat.
What is the point of school? No, seriously. What are we supposed to believe anymore? Because 90% of these things is what we're taught in school. Only to learn that it's a lie? That makes me think, like, what else are we learning in school that's a lie that isn't said in this video? Does 2 + 2 actually equal 4? Now I don't know anything anymore.
They would attack green, blue, white, or black color cloth if it's waving. If the matador doesn't wave it, the bulls won't attack. Red color is used because it hides blood stains and looks more attractive than other colors. Talking about attract
Hey, yo. Where's he going with this?
webs to trap their prey. But if you think all the spiders make webs, you are falling for a lie. Spider
Okay, I knew
species
that.
like jumping spiders, wolf spiders, and tarantulas don't make webs. They just charge directly and kill insects.
Jumping spiders make webs. They just don't use the webs to trap their enemies and their prey. But they still make webs, and they live in the web, and then they just go out of the web to go hunt. But they still make webs to make a home.
Talking about insects, many people think that spiders are insects. Well, it's a lie. Spiders are arachnids, not insects, and there's a difference. People also believe that daddy long legs are the most venomous spiders. Well, that's a lie. First, they are not spiders. They are closer to scorpions than spiders.
That is insane to me, how that makes any sense at all. Who said that? How are you gonna say daddy long legs are not spiders, bro? Who came up with that rule? Why can't we just say it's like a weird type of spider? Like, that's like saying Adam isn't a human because he's different. Adam is still a human, he's just a different type of human. Like, he might be closer to a proboscis monkey, but he's still a human.
And the second, they don't have venom gland. But if you think this guy has daddy long legs,
All right,
then
that's
yeah,
creepy.
this is a spider. But its venom is harmless to humans.
My world has officially been shattered into a million pieces. If you guys learned anything at all today, make sure to leave a like. And if you guys want me to continue watching videos similar to this, make sure to comment down below which ones. And if you're new, hit that subscribe button and click right here if you want to watch another awesome video.